Good morning from Almaty in Kazakhstan, and I'm about to leave to head somewhere new. So I'm going across the border only because it's a nice little detour. I'm going to go to Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan. Now I've just been dropped off by the taxi, come straight here from the hostel, and to be honest I've no idea where I'm going. I'm just hoping this is the entrance to the bus station because there's a lot of buses. The journey itself, I've been told, will take about 4 to 5 hours. There are several buses a day. Is this the entrance? Right, there's a door there, so I'm just gonna go in. Right, little hall number 5. I've got my ticket. Need to show my passport. It's cost 3,000 tenge. The bus at 10 o'clock, which goes in 5 minutes. She won't take any more tickets for that. So the next one is at 12. So I've got 2 hours to kill. And I don't think there's a lot around here. There's a nice little shop, but I might go out, try and find a little cafe. Oh, there's a restaurant just there. But I'm just going to have a look online, see if there's anything else. Mainly because the hostel I was in this morning was meant to do breakfast. Unfortunately, the chef didn't turn up, so I've not had anything to eat. No! I just need to work out what 3,000 is. Right, I've just checked the price out. £4, 14 pence to go to the next big city. That's quite cheap. So there is a guy who just stopped me. Find him just over there, who's shouting Bishkek. Now I'm not too sure if that is for a taxi or for a minibus. There doesn't seem to be any minibuses around, but I'd already bought a ticket. He wanted to look at the ticket just to check it out, and he's just shaking his head going ooh. But there's a coffee shop just round the corner that sells food, so I thought I'd have a wander down there seeing as I've got a bit of time. Oh, there's a shop as well, so I can get some snacks to eat. Now, I've spoken to a few people in the hostel I was staying at about what it was like for them coming from Bishkek to here. One girl said it took her about 6 hours. There was a bit of confusion for her at the border. It is a visa-free country for 30 days for most countries. Is that a cafe there? It's a shop. But all in all, the majority of people seem to have had a really easy time coming across. God, I'm starving. I found a cafe, had a coffee, a little bit of food. I've been to the shop. I've got loads of snacks in my bags, which will probably last me about the first hour. More importantly, I've got water. It is now 20 to 12. I made the coffee last me as long as possible. Only because I know that I'm going to have no caffeine in my body until we get to Bishkek. It's not really that busy for a Saturday lunchtime. I was expecting hordes of people. But yeah, 20 minutes before go, I'm just going to get some fresh air while I've still got ability to have some, and then go in. Right, back in. Right. Just work out which bus it is. Nothing's in English. But I was told number 2, if I remember rightly. That could be it. According to my watch, it's 16:34. I'm not too sure if Kyrgyzstan's an hour ahead, but the bus journey is so simple. After 2 hours, we took the first stop. Just been through customs, border control to get out of Kazakhstan. Not very exciting, but we've got to carry all our stuff to the Kyrgyzstan side. Oh, it's so much easier. Like if it was the train, they just came on the bus, just stabbed us all in. I'm assuming that is the border. There's always a river. So obviously with the border, you can't really take much photographs during the checks themselves. But the bus is full, every seat taken. So I think I was quite lucky to get a seat. Some people had booked the tickets about 2 or 3 days beforehand. So yeah, this looks like Kyrgyzstan. And this is where it gets a bit more difficult. So I've been speaking to a guy from Switzerland who does visa runs across the border once a month. He says we could be tied up for about an hour down here, but he did say this is quiet. Right, I think the camera will have to come off. Oh, thank you. And that's me now in Kyrgyzstan. Wow, I feel so different. So I've looked online of the last of my SIM card internet. Kyrgyzstan is an hour ahead of Kazakhstan, which means that the journey to the border took 3.5 hours. That going through both sets of customs behind me, that's taken about 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. Most of it's just because you're just queuing. So yeah, that was quick, easy. Took my passport, looked at it, took my hat off, and then took my photograph and stamped it. Easy. Now the bus should be down there somewhere. There will be people here trying to change money, which I'm not really interested in because I've actually got some Kyrgyzstan money. No, I've got a bus. Bus! No, you're okay, thank you.
$5.
No, you're okay. Right, I think the bus down here. No, you're okay. SIM cards. Right, I might just wait for the rest of the guys. People that I recognise. There's a bus down there. All the way down there. But there's some camels I want to take a photograph of. So it's been a lot, well, not a long walk, but I'm surprised that the bus, if that is my bus, didn't park somewhere with the rest of the buses. But I guess these are all just local buses that go straight to Bishkek. It is only a 20-minute drive to Bishkek from the border. So hopefully there's nobody getting into trouble at the border control. We could be on our way soon. So it is my bus, thank God for that. But after being through so many borders, this isn't the most exciting. There's usually loads of military and stuff, little shops on the side. We've got an exchange place over there. Oh well. Right, the bus looks like it's only half empty. That's the driver, who's never smiled once since he picked us up. And we are here, and the
Kyrgyzstan.
thank you. So, bus station I was meant to be at is the Western bus station, which is 13 kilometers away from here, which is not what I was expecting. So there is, from the looks of things, a public bus outside. So I think this is the first bus station that is on the outskirts of the city, which is not what I was expecting. Even everything I read on Google said Western bus station. Oh, so 13 kilometers to the centre. You could use a coffee shop, use their Wi-Fi. So when we got on the bus, there was a number of people not on there. So they were left behind. The bus driver just didn't care. People were shouting, going, "There's people missing." So I've just been dropped off at the bus station. This behind me is Western bus station, and just turn the camera around. It doesn't look like it's open, which is probably why I got dropped off at the other bus station 13 kilometers away. So it's a 4-minute walk according to my offline maps, just around the corner. And this is Bishkek, the capital of Kyrgyzstan. And driving in, doesn't look like a capital, doesn't feel like a capital. It's however, first impressions and all that, and I think I am still on a little bit of the outskirts of the centre. So I booked the hostel while I had while I had internet on the bus on the Kazakhstan side. It's called the Apple Hostel. It's got good reviews, because it's near the bus station when it's open. I think it's where most backpackers go to. And I don't know how long I'm going to be there for. So I've just turned off a street it's somewhere down here. It is £7 a night. On a bus journey that I took, it was the number 13 bus, unlucky for some, and it cost me 20 som. I have no idea how much 20 som is, but it's probably cheap. I am very thankful that I've got Kyrgyzstan money. Oh, and there it is, Apple Hostel. Yeah, I think this might be a one-nighter. That's me checked in. Simple enough. It seems okay. Bit modern. This is the room I've got. Like I said, £7 a night. It is with a free breakfast, which is even better. Now I know there's more hostels right in the centre of town, so the city. So I might go there instead tomorrow. Don't know. I'll check things out, see what it's like, do some exploring. I don't know. But in total, it's now just after 6:30. So if you include the hours difference, it's taking 5.5 hours to get from that bus station to here, across the border. So not too bad. So if you've enjoyed this video, all you've got to do is press that like button if you want to see what this place is like, this city, this capital city, then subscribe. But until the next time, I'm off to chill. Bye bye for now.